Hello there, rock stars. Matt Vanderbo here. For our first lesson in this Music 201 course, I need to give you a quick dose of
depressing reality
when it comes to jumping into this career of writing music for TV shows. So before this class really gets underway, you need to be confronted with this reality because forewarned is forearmed. Is that the way the phrase goes? I think. Forewarned is forearmed. So if you have jumped into this business thinking that you are going to make lots of money quickly, then you need to take a step back and realize that that is
probably not going to happen.
And if you are approaching this whole thing with these pie-in-the-sky dreams and ideals of what your success trajectory should probably look like, then we need to rein it in a little bit, bucko. And I say this because I was that pie-in-the-sky dreamer when I jumped into this world. So I had been a lifelong musician. I started playing trumpet when I was in 4th grade in Phoenix, Arizona, and went on to play trumpet all through high school and college. In fact, most of my college and grad school was paid for with a trumpet scholarship. And somewhere in college, I got into playing bass guitar. I was in rock bands, and I was a live performer for quite a few years. And I'd even written a handful of my own albums. So music has just been part of my life, and it's been in my blood since I was about 9 years old. And because of that, when I decided that I was going to tackle composing music for television shows, I thought that the success was just a foregone conclusion and that I was going to just rocket ship my way into the stratosphere without much effort. In fact, I remember when I first got going on this path, I thought that I could make at least $15,000 in my first year. And then I had gone so far to plan things out 3 years down the road. So I thought by my second year, I should make $25,000. And then by my third year, I should be at 50 grand. And then it would just keep spiraling upward from there. And by the way, all of this planning and forecasting of my revenue was taking place before I had ever done any of the work. And this mentality that I had was simply the result of every other job I had worked at in life. And I'm sure many of you are in the same position where you work a corporate job, and after you go through the interview process and you get offered the job, you know what the salary is going to be. And so you sign that acceptance letter and it says, your salary is $50,000 a year, or 65, or 80,000, or 100, whatever the number is. You know from day one exactly how much money you are going to make, and that money begins accumulating from the moment you step in the office on day one, and you are making money from your opening breath in that office work environment. And I know I came into the music business with that mentality, thinking, well, gosh, as soon as you do the work, you should be making money, and $15,000 in music shouldn't be that hard, considering I had come from a corporate world where I was making more money than that with no experience whatsoever. And I'm sure a lot of you are in this same position as well. And so we jump into this music thing with the corporate mindset that money is coming your way just by virtue of the fact that you are doing the work. And it just does not work that way in this music world. In fact, you are going to spend years, and I kid you not,
I mean years,
working for no money. And you need to brace yourself for that. Later in this course, I will go over the actual timelines that you will run through as you await your money in this business. But for now, just know that the quickest possible path to success, which is probably an impossible path, would be that you write a piece of music today, and it is accepted by a music library tomorrow, and that same day it is pitched to a TV show, and the TV shows, yes, this is perfect. They put it in their show, which airs next week. So that is an almost impossibly accelerated timeline, which really doesn't happen. I mean, it does happen, and it will happen to people who have been in this business for many, many years. But for newbies who are just getting their feet wet, that type of accelerated timeline is not possible at all. But let's just go with the hypothetical here and just say that you wrote a piece of music today and next week it is already being aired on a TV show. Even given that lightning fast trajectory, you are still not going to see the money on that placement for another 6 to 9 months or longer. Okay, so the work you do today, you're not getting paid on it for at least a half a year. And because of that, your money is always something that is way, way, way out in front of you. So you really cannot come into this business expecting instant gratification or instant payout in the term of royalty checks. It's
just not going to happen.
And it is hugely important that you know that before you make any rash decisions like quitting your job to go all in on music. Please do not quit your day job. Not yet, anyways, okay? You need to be making money and have weathered years of this storm before you can kiss the day job goodbye. But no one, under any circumstances, should wave goodbye to their guaranteed paycheck to go all in on music, because what's going to happen is you are going to get nothing as a result, and you're going to watch your bank account dwindle into the abyss, and you will have nothing to show for it other than a lot of credit card bills probably. This is stuff no one ever told me as I got going in on this game, and I just figured the success and the money was a foregone conclusion. So now you know, and again, forewarned is forearmed. This is a long process. So if you are getting into this thinking that this is kind of like a musical get-rich-quick scheme, then you probably need to rethink why you are doing this, because you really have to be in it for the love of the music at first. Because otherwise, I mean, you're going to be doing work you don't like and not getting paid anything for it. Okay, so you have to have the love of the music first and foremost. That will help you weather the storm of getting paid nothing. So it's not like a get-rich-quick scheme at all. It is a get-rich scheme if you give it enough time, but it's really a get-rich-long scheme, because you are a long ways from making any money. And I'm sure the seasoned vets that are watching this channel can sympathize with everything I'm saying. You probably have your own stories that are very similar. And if you do, please post them in the comments so that the newbies and the rookies to this business can see that, hey, it's not just me. We've all been there. And you just have to weather the storm, okay? So that's enough of this depressing little video. And I say this not to be depressing, but just so that you know the reality of what you are embarking on. So this will get much more motivational later, but we have to start with the grim reality of the situation. So let's not leave this on a bad note. Let's leave this on a little bit of fun. I'm gonna tell you a joke. And the joke is about 2 cheese pizzas that got married. Never mind, that joke's too cheesy. Toodles!